This town's so lame, I'm feeling so wired. It's 4 a.m., I'm not even tired. We're in your car, we can drive away. Oh yeah, we're almost there. I'm loving this feeling of something.
Hi friends, welcome back to a new video. As you can see, I'm here out on my front porch and I'm going to be cleaning and decorating this space for the summer season. You might remember these winter violas. Unfortunately, they didn't make it. I think I didn't pay too much attention to them during the winter season because they like to keep moist, but yeah, they didn't make it, so I'm definitely not going to repeat that. And I also had these heather shrubs here, and I thought that they would stay beautiful. They didn't. They are still alive, as you can see, and getting pretty green again, but as you can also see, a few of them died.
It's got a fever to the moon and back.
Now, I never clean the space for the spring season only because I get my plants and my annuals after Ice Saints, and that's mid-May, I think, and by then I'm ready to get started on summer, so I only decorate the space for the summer season. Now, this is what it looked like after the winter, so as you can see, I have a lot of work to do to get this ready for summer, so let's just dive right in. I'm starting by putting everything aside so I have a clear space to work with and I can go ahead and clean off everything. Now, the heather shrubs, I moved them to the back. I replanted them in the ground in my backyard, so I will be bringing some pretty annuals back into the pots here.
Listen to the midnight radio. Listen to the midnight radio. We can drive
You remember last year I mentioned it was the very first time that I cleaned these fans ever since I moved in here about 10 years ago. Now, bugs, I don't mind bugs. I don't really like them, but I'm not afraid of them. But every time I have to put my hands in here, I am really scared for what I might find, something that might bite me or something. But so far, so good. Nothing happened.
Don't wanna wait all my life. Can't remain, no delay. Gotta let go.
Now, even though you're gonna see me decorate this porch, make sure that you watch till the very end of the video, because after I was done decorating, I really felt something was off, something was missing. So I left it for what it was for about a week, and then I went back and switched things up. I did come across a very pretty new perennial, so make sure that you watch till the very end of this video, because again, I switched things up completely.
And I'll try the best I can to make you feel this way. Don't let me down, down, down. It could be you and I want you now, 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 now. Come let me hold you now. I wanna lay in your arms. Come let me love you now. Yeah, you're the one that I want. I wanna stay here. I wanna stay here with you. I wanna.
Now, I had planned to change out this light fixture this year, and I even bought a new one, but I didn't find the time to switch it out. I really want to do that still. I'm not sure if I'm gonna find the time to do it this year. If I don't, then you will definitely see it next year. And my mailbox, it is looking so shabby, and I also want to replace it, and it's also too small actually, so I want to hang up a bigger one, but I haven't found anything yet that I like.
I just wanna be with you. How can you make me feel this way? Don't let me down, down, down. It could be you and I
Sometimes I can be so old-fashioned. I can probably get the pressure washer to clean this bench, but I'd rather go in with a brush and just clean it up by hand like this. And it does give me so much more satisfaction, even though it's more harder work than using the power washer.
I just wanna hear you say that you want me to. I told you I can't get you off my mind. Come let me hold you now.
My front porch gets so dirty, you can see by these outdoor outlets. Somehow I'm in this corner where all the dirt builds up, and you guys, even though that is outside and it's gonna get dirty again, I will definitely clean these up first before I reuse them.
La 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 la, la 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 la. I wanna stay here with you.
I don't wanna stay here, no. Ain't gonna keep it low now. If you wanna go, let's go. Let's wrap it up and hit the road. I just got an awesome vibe, striking the winner post now. Liberty's on my mind. We've taken off, we've left the ground. You gotta understand that we get one chance, one chance. You will never regret the things that we'll do. 'Cause
The second most satisfying moment of refreshing my front porch for the summer is cleaning these pavers, you guys. It makes such a big difference, and I did mention this before. I have to do this more often in a year, but I only do it once a year because it is just too much work to move everything out of the place and clean it up and move everything back. So I'm just doing it only once a year, and it looks so nice when everything is all cleaned up. I really like using this brush as a diffuser to protect my natural stone pavers, but what I also like is that it helps me clean this space so much faster. As you can see, I go over a bigger surface than if I would go with the smaller beam. Now here is a good example of how damaging this power washer can be even with this brush. I'm going over it very lightly and just once, but it does clean the rug, but it also damages the rug. As you can see here, all these pieces that are coming off. That everything is clean, I'm gonna let the porch dry while I get some lunch. Now, this is by no means a recipe. I'm just going to share my quick lunch with you. You guys, when it comes to food, I like it to be quick and easy. I do not like to spend all my time in the kitchen preparing food. So I'm gonna have some scrambled eggs on toast. I cut up a few mushrooms. I love mushrooms, and I had a piece of zucchini left over, and I cut a small onion, and I'm going to be baking those in the pan or frying them just a little bit. And while they are frying, I'm going to mix up 2 eggs. I'm going to whip them up just to get them nice and fluffy. I hardly ever eat plain eggs. I always have some ingredients added to it, and I like to mix everything together. And I'm just seasoning it with a little bit of garlic and some regular seasoning. And I don't know what it is, but I cannot have my eggs without cheese, you guys. I always have to add a cheese to my eggs, and I usually add quite a lot, and this is just a little bit because I was all out of cheese. But again, I always have to add cheese to my eggs. Now while that is heating up and cooking, I'm going to be toasting my bread. I have some low carb 2 slices of bread, and I'm going to be roasting them. And what I always do, and somehow I don't like dry toast, so always when they're done, I like to add a little bit of butter and add a little bit of garlic and regular seasoning. That's always how I have my toast. And sometimes in the morning I eat just 2 slices of toast like that, plain, with nothing aside. This took me less than 15 minutes to prepare, and that is how I like it. I'm going to be enjoying my lunch now, and then I'm gonna come back to start decorating my front porch.
Every change has a reason. Baby, let it come to you. Every soul, every season lives outside of status quo. If we stop believing we're meant to be, expanding our abilities. If the passion's gone, we are doing it wrong. Baby, you and I should start living now.
Last year I was looking for ways to use this crate to hide the water hose, but then I thought it was a better way to use it to hide these outlets, because I thought this outlet, they looked less pretty and the water hose is functional. So I used it here to hide the outlet, and I think it looks so much better here.
Waste my time. So baby, we should start living now.
And this is by far the most satisfying moment of my front porch summer refresh, you guys. My annuals, I am loving all the colors. You might remember in one of my previous vlogs where I shared with you that I went with my mom to the plant nursery to get them, and they've been doing so well. As you can see, they've grown really big.
We can make the sun come out.
Now I had these planters here on the wall, and you guys, I've been struggling with this every year because I have like these tiny screws. So I thought this year, no more. Why make it so hard on myself? So I'm going to remove these tiny screws and switch them out for hooks, making it easier to hang up these planters.
In between. So baby, we should start living now. 'Cause we only have this life. Wanna laugh and wanna cry. I don't wanna waste my time.
Now drop me a comment below. Do you buy the same annuals every year, or do you change them out? Because I do have my favorites, but this year I bought some new ones, but I usually buy the same ones every year.
Baby, we should start living now. I don't wanna waste my time. So baby, we should start living now.
I'm going to keep the decor the same way as I did last year with all the lanterns. I am only changing out my florals for this year. Here I had my canna lily last year and it is now in my backyard growing slowly, and you guys, I cannot wait for it to bloom. But for this year I wanted something more colorful here in this corner, so I created this mixture of begonias and white and yellow daisies, and I haven't bought this many daisies ever before, and I really love how they look. And in the planters here on the bench, last year I had pink begonias, if I recall, and pink and white, and I have pink and white again, but this year they are petunias. If you've been following me, then you know that my favorite annuals are impatiens, begonias and petunias. But this year, you guys, I fell for these marigolds. I think they are so pretty, and they are now definitely also one of my favorites. Now here's a little insight. Spray paint is your best friend, but it isn't if you do not prepare first and treat the surface that you're gonna use it on. For instance, this lantern, last year I just spray painted it. It looked really nice, but as you can see, it is all rusty again. So I am going to take my time to really clean it up, prepare it, and spray paint it again, hopefully that it will last me longer. Now this wall is the least favorite of this space because I really don't like the look of it. I really want to paint it or something, but unfortunately I cannot do that because it is my neighbor's wall, so I don't have the permission to paint it. This year I really wanted to go with a bright, summery, fresh colors, and I remember I had this cushion for the longest time. The chair that it belonged to broke, so I had this one left. I thought, why not bring it out? I really love the pop of yellow, and these two pillow covers I had for the longest time. I used them on my couch inside, and I haven't used them in a while. I thought I would bring them out, completing this space. Before I show you the final look, here is what the space looked before. And this is the first look that I went with, but I felt there was something missing, and I did get a few new plants, and this is how it actually turned out. I really love the changes that I made. I brought out the blue lantern that I had here last year and this cute lavender plant that was a recent purchase. The same with the plant in the corner. I also added this little orange pillow just to give it that pop of color, and I really love how everything is looking like together, giving me that very fresh and summery feeling. Now drop me a comment below, let me know what you think. If you think I should have kept it the way I started out, or that you like the changes that I made. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up because that really helps out my channel a lot. Now for now, thank you so much for watching, and I see you in my next one really soon. Until then, always remember to live, laugh and love. Bye.